let's see if we get a notification for this. Fuck, I don't think it's going to give us. Son of a bitch. All right, so no noties are going to come out. So we got to hope people just search for me. All right, we're going to give this a few minutes. Oh, sweet, someone came over. Thank you for coming over, I'm assuming from the last stream, because we are definitely not getting notifications out. All right, but I'm going to give like three to 5 minutes, see if anyone else is coming through, and then we're going to get right up in it because we've done everything we need to do. The only thing we'll go over is Georgia Southern themselves. Now, last time they beat the dick out of us last year. I think we lost 35-10 or something like that. Episode 6, I want to say, around that time period. Yeah, they beat the shit out of us. So now we got to get our get back. We're in their home stadium. What I'm going to try to remember to do after each one of these years is take a screenshot of the schedule. And that way, one, we can remember, for these rivalry games, who's home and away. This one will be automatically done, so every year it flips because it's conference. But for the other rivalry game, the Kennesaw State, we'll be able to remember to switch them from home and away and stuff. And I think we're going to add Georgia Tech as another rival to us on the channel. Vanderbilt, we might move on from so we can get some variety. I don't want the same schedule every year, but I certainly want Kennesaw State and Georgia Tech. And we'll see Georgia Southern for sure because they're a conference. But we'll get about 3 minutes and then we'll get this going. All right. All right, let's get a look at what we got going on. First off, to recap of where we're at. We're 3-3. We're one game away from where we were last year at 4 wins. So we're looking good as far as that front. Valor's played better this year. Now that he's gotten his chance to go. Yards per game is looking ugly, but that's because he was a backup for a few of those. So those stats are going to be skewed. Let's see. Brock. Going to give Benny some more shots. I want to get them on the carries, a little bit more carries. Jesus Christ, words are tough. Austin McGee's our leading receiver this year. It sucks so bad looking at his caps. Normal development traits, Jesus. And he only has a little bit of room to improve route running. His hands are stuck where they're at, so catching traffic will always be a 75. That is unfortunate. Now, I've heard, I think there's ways to bust their caps. I don't know if I have to do it through upgrades or whatever, but I don't know. We'll see. But I think he's pretty much where he's going to be at. Now, we're excited for next year for Borden. Impact development. Look at these caps. Just so much room to grow and get it a little bit faster, too. As a big-bodied receiver. That's fantastic. Yeah, super excited for the next offseason. Those freshmen are going to get to play again today. They made immediate impact. Definitely these two right here. Oh, shit. Let's look at Georgia Southern. All right, now, our opponent. Georgia Southern beat the shit out of us last year. New quarterback, I believe. I don't remember going against French last year. I could be wrong. Actually, we'll be able to tell right here. Okay, he was the quarterback that beat the shit out of us last year. All right, 8 touchdowns, 4 picks. His backups come in for a little bit and threw a pick. The running game's pretty strong. They got a good sophomore, 83, 5'7" jitterbug. Another backup, 83 receiver. They're running back, and their top receiver is a 69. Got the shifty physical ability, and he's capped too, but he's fast as fuck. Wow. All right, the receivers are kind of ass. Offensive line, 65. 82, 65, he's hurt. All right, nothing crazy on offensive line. They seem like they got the same thing we got going on. All right, this team we might actually be rated higher than for once. And it'd be right. Holy shit, Isaac Walker does 11 sacks. His straight line speed's only 80 to 75, so ain't crazy. All right, let's get it going. They're 2-0 in division. Right now, 4-2 overall. We gotta have it. We're going to go back to my other playbook. More of the run sets I want in there.
Welcome to Statesboro, Georgia, and what many refer to as the prettiest little stadium in America and home to the Georgia Southern Eagles. But trust me, it can get a little ugly if you come in here and you're not an Eagle. This matchup today
I used to do rebuilds of Georgia Southern all the time.
Rivalry game where
Ran
the
that
results will be remembered for a
ace
lifetime.
formation,
As we'll see a squad
triple
from the Sun Belt,
back,
the Georgia
backs.
State Panthers, taking on the winners of 4 straight, the Georgia Southern Eagles. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Georgia Southern will kick it off to get things started. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Georgia State's offense is on the field for the first time today.
35-10.
There are always butterflies to start a game.
Was not pretty. 2 things we got to change. 1, we got to put some of those freshmen in. And 2, I got to load my ball. Very important. Should take my breath. Jesus, my throat's killing me. All right, freshman in. Let's go. Yeah, he'll probably be starting, and one of those other guys might get the immediate start. I don't know, it depends on how Brent Washington does here going forward. Wicks on the left side. I know he's only 62, but just trust the process here. I think that's, oh wait, I want to put, him here. I'm going to let him play the starting role in the heavy sets. Javen Hall, such a good run stopper. All right.
Rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling, the temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. I know you want to prepare for every game the same way, but there's just something different about rivalry games, Jesse.
It's because, Reese, I think players are aware that games like this define your legacy as a player. Your record in rivalry games is something that people are going to talk about for years and years down the road. You have got to show up and play your best football in games like this.
They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain, no harm, no foul.
Not tab. Ooh,
solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6.
Plays 1 snap. His red shirt's gone.
They'll go to the counter. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They thought maybe they could get the defense flowing the wrong way on the counter, but they were not fooled.
Get them flowing one way and then maybe hit that outside on the other side, right? But they didn't even let it get outside. They kept it right in the middle of the field. Did a great job seeing it, going and getting it, being aggressive. You got to find a different way maybe to attack these guys to use their speed against them.
From the gun, they'll try to impose
Again,
their
offense
running
line
game.
is just
And maybe they want to try somewhere else because there is nothing doing in the middle of this defense.
That's a really good stop by the defense. Jesse, they need a few more. You've given up a bunch of yards on this drive and a bunch of plays, but all that matters is keeping them off the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's that bend, don't break mentality you're seeing right now, and this is the point where this defense has just got to lock in.
There we go. Oh,
and that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. Third down coming.
As a quarterback, this is going to be a very tough game. You're going up against one of the top 20 units in the entire country. They know who your primary target is. They're going to be keying on him, just like they did that last time, forcing the incompletion.
He'll heave it
trouble.
And it's knocked away downfield. The DB getting a hand in there. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Boots his first of the day away. Was called on 4 times in the victory last week.
There we go.
And the punt team gets down there and punches it dead. That's where they'll put it in play. So Georgia Southern's offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this one, what are you looking for, Jesse, for a guy to make an impact?
Well, these are simply put the leaders of this football team, and generally games go how these guys play. If they make plays, then they've got a shot to win this one.
No doubt, they got to show up. These are the team leaders. These guys have to play well if they're going to win the football game.
And a nice pickup on the line and gets down to avoid contact.
I'm going to give Harrison and the chance the first time.
Nothing there. What do? Go get some yardage. Make it positive. Don't sit back in the pocket and force something into a bad situation or take a sack. Great job making something out of nothing.
Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22. They have had to wear that beat down since the last time these two met, Jesse.
They've been talking about it for a long time. They were absolutely embarrassed. The players, the coaches, the fans. You know, David, coming into this game this time.
There we go. Coverage is good.
And the Heat will get home, and the quarterback goes
freshman in on the sack.
Quarterback sacks is a trend that this offense would like to put an end to pretty quick. Somehow they were able to win their last game out, even though they gave up 4 sacks in that game. That was a huge point of emphasis for this coaching staff. And here early in this one, first quarter,
should have been there to
help. Already given up 1.
There's a reason third down is called the money down. What a great find by the quarterback. Great job finding his receiver. At the end of the game, you look at third down percentages. It tells a huge story, and it goes a long way in deciding who wins a football game.
The Eagles will hustle to the line. Defense might bring the house here. Back to pass, it's French. Lets it fly.
Oh, wow, he pulls away. Oh, and he can't hold on to it.
Opportunity early in this football game.
You don't get a lot of chances like that in games, guys. Take shots downfield, and when you get open, you got to finish the play, and the wideout's going to wish he had that one back.
On third down, he drops to throw.
Oh.
Wide open.
Oh, he makes the tackle. Great job on Maxey. Yeah, Maxey's starting. We're putting him back in. I think we'll give enough chances to Harrison. If he transfers, he transfers. Great play.
Just a little short. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team.
I wonder if we beat McClendon in the middle of last game. I think we did.
A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Man, David, that last drive, an exercise in frustration, just couldn't pay off the score.
Yeah, and I think this defense is riding the bend, but don't break philosophy. Don't give up explosive plays. This offense, Jesse, has to find a way to manufacture some big plays and some scoring opportunities.
Man, I don't know if they're going to win, David. If they have to keep driving 8, 10, 12 plays, you're right. You got to find chunk plays somewhere. So identify the guys that can score touchdowns and get them the ball.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line.
Keep running back in and help us out.
Run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Jesus. He closed quick.
Caught up to and sacked at the 12.
Damn.
Georgia State will send out the punt unit. This will be the second
defenses
time
are balling out
they've had to
right
kick it
now.
away. He'll call for the fair catch here. Good field position to start this drive at their own 47.
Now we do have running into the kicker off.
Use the play fake. Now
That's the thing, because college football is notorious for having it happen multiple times every single game.
I love the defensive effort there. They didn't get
it's
him right away. They
advised
stayed
you want
after him. He was
realistic
scrambling,
stats
going
not to
backwards.
do it,
They get
because you
the
will see
sack
that
on the
again.
first play of the drive.
Looks as if the defense was a little too eager there, got into the neutral zone, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Defense a little too eager, and that's an encroachment penalty, 5 yards for the offense. Let's see what they've got on second down. They're going to test that run defense to the right here.
Shit. I didn't want to give up the chain, so I shot outside on that one.
Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off.
Mike Woods, too.
To the air, it's French.
Screen. Oh, maybe not.
And they got
There
him.
we go. He didn't feel comfortable downfield, held on to the ball, and Bryant made him pay.
You're seeing pressure on the quarterback. They're outside the top 50 in sacks per game. They've been waiting to find some more consistent pressure to help them win games.
Yeah, we were
and
good.
They're getting it in this game now. 3 sacks on the day.
Good pass rush team last year.
Winning and doing a better job executing up front at the point of attack.
This year, not so much. But these freshmen playing, they had a little more athleticism than what we've had
Guys, the Georgia
so
State
far this
offense
season.
returns to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. From the gun, the running back has it. Just working and poking and prodding and finding his way up to the 36.
Listen, I know that's not a huge game. Those run plays add up. They make you tackle the back every single play. Physically, you have to get some guy on the ground. It takes its toll.
And he's got room to run. Cutting up field. Almost slipped through there.
They finally drag him down at the 42.
Wow, and what a great job by that quarterback finding his open receiver on 3rd down. You know, guys, one of the most telling stats at the end of the game is 3rd down conversion percentage. If you're a great
oh my God, I should have been picked.
It's invaluable to your offensive success, and that's why teams drill.
Got away with one right there.
2nd down coming up. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air.
Trying to hit the shot play,
it's
couldn't get it.
Incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it.
Oh, got popped.
And that's incomplete. A defender all
Just
over him.
outside of
Knocked the
field
ball
goal
to the
range,
ground.
too.
4th down coming up.
This is a point where you just got to be able to focus. And the critical
punt it again. We got it down to 3
like
last
that
time.
3rd down right there. When it's a good throw, you got to make the catch. You got to be able to make that play.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way.
Oh, what?
And the punt will
I was
go into
locked.
the
I
end
couldn't do
zone, and the
anything
ball
after
comes
he
out to the
went
20
to the
on
end zone.
touchback.
Just kept going.
We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far.
Yeah, we got a defensive battle for sure. Last week was a shootout. Different ball game.
Let's see if the offenses can find a little rhythm here in the 2nd. 1st down to start the drive after the break. Use the play fake. Now to throw.
Oh, shit, he was loose.
Got a man. It's Murphy. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
When we see another catch by this guy, this defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able
Bryant
to
transfer
drag
from
him
Texas.
down to the ground
Funches.
as soon as he catches the ball.
Nice win.
And he just
I love it.
threw
Looks like
away.
he maybe
Safe
let
move.
me.
Didn't see anything. Lived to play another play.
Shit.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a
Oh,
shot
this
of
is their stadium.
momentum.
It's fucking under.
Dropping back, it's French. He's going to throw deep right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
That one got away from him.
Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Makes the catch and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. They've had to punt the last couple of times they've had it, David. Now trying to put something together.
Oh, fuck.
Reese, you know how much I love
yeah.
kickers. Like,
and he breaks into
That's how
the
this
open.
goes.
At the 30.
That's how that goes.
He's at the no one there to stop him. Except the fella in the striped
Except
shirt.
for our left tackle, who is infamous for this shit. Jesus, I can't wait till we can move on from this kid. He's our best offensive line. That's the sad,
saw that flag and it wiped out the
real
big play
sad
and
part.
the touchdown. A first down for the offense. Leaves it with the running back. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
Now on second down. And the defense drags him down.
And I know it's not a first down, but I still like the way they ran the football here. Just try to make the next third down manageable. Try to get it where it's not as predictable. I think the offense did a really good job being smart there taking what the defense gave them.
Try to stop him before he ran into that coverage in the middle of the field.
Coverage. Everybody's watching the quarterback, and you're trying to make a break on the ball, but he just got it out of his hands too quickly, and the throw was too accurate. Really nothing you can do there, and it's now a fresh set.
There we go. Way to throw him upfield, too.
I'll tell you, I love the play call on first down here. You're just trying to find an easy completion, and the shortest throw on the field for the quarterback is finding your biggest target, and that's the tight end. Nice job.
Got the completion on the last play. Still some work to do on second down. Caught in the backfield. It's McGee. Tackled, but he has a first down.
Well, we knew coming into this game, this offense was going to try and get this receiver involved and get him involved early. So here they are just finding an easy completion. It's not a touchdown, but they just want to get this guy lathered up and get
Dip a shoulder inside, hit him with the... Oh, shit.
Your blocking scheme to have a guy
our stud tight end going down. Not good.
Got 8 on first down. Now looking at a 2nd and 2. He's looking to throw. Fires to the wideout.
Ooh, fidgeted.
Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for
that was one of those instances where I'm looking out there, but I wasn't really reading anything.
And that's so many hours of doing this together. You know exactly when he's going to break on that out route. You know what kind of speed he has because he's thrown it so many times. Nice rhythm and timing, and you could tell that was experience between receiver and quarterback.
Well, give the defense credit because they're forcing this quarterback to throw in very small windows under duress.
There we go.
That's caught. It's McGee.
Almost got it first.
They'll wrestle him down just short of the first down. I don't even think they're going to bring out the chains to measure this one.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a toss.
And the defense
coming off the
makes
bench.
the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the first down.
Coming in clutch.
Well, not down in distance. The quarterback's got to get rid of it so quickly, right? He knows the defense is going to be bearing down on him. So a nice job catching the gun snap and then turning and pivoting, getting it out of his hands quickly and accurately to pick up the first.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication,
Georgia's
but
fucking
the ball thrown out of bounds and
Southern.
just on to the next down.
Bro, run
quarterback reacting to what the D is showing.
Fuck. I was trying to get him to run a slant. Act like you can't hear shit.
Down to the 5-yard line as they try to pay off this drive.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll snap it from the gun on third down.
Oh!
Through his hands.
Oh, he dropped it.
and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th
Oh, we're
down.
going for this.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
Oh, a yard short. Half a yard. Oh, my goodness.
Their 4th down. They were ready for the pass. And you saw in the back end, great job being in position to make that play. And now their offense is coming on the field.
1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. Georgia Southern in a hurry. They'll go right back to it. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. They've been able to put together nothing. Now 3rd and long from their own 1. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. The give to the lone running back. They stop him after a short game. Probably just wanted to mitigate the losses with 4th down coming. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there. Excellent coverage that time. Didn't give him any room to set up a big return. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field.
Back in. Hope
there have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
Oh, no, he is not good to go. I hate when they do that. I said to sit him until he's good. And you put him in there. He's clearly not okay. Oh, you know what? We got him redshirted. Let's get some eyes on him.
Ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on 4th downs. You're right. Create some big explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection.
Test it right here. Oh,
and they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air.
Oh, my God, he dropped it.
Again, it's incomplete, and that's 3 in a row.
Offense
Georgia
just
State will send out the punt unit. Punt goes out of bounds, and a nice job to get them backed up. I think they'll spot it right around the 15.
Thankfully, our defense
Georgia
is
Southern has it back, ready to go
suffocated.
to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated.
That's the wide open guy.
Keep putting me back on the field, possession after possession. Jesse, this offense needs to get their heads out of there. You know what?
The punter's on the sideline with the oxygen mask right now. He's been playing so much. He's not used to this. This offense, they just got to stay on the field. They've got to put a drive together and get some balance going, running and throwing the ball.
Offensive struggle today.
Just an obvious holding call there.
And then when an offensive half got something going, penalty. We had a touchdown run,
for a
60 yards out. Called back. They got like a 1st down right there. Called back.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 10.
And sticking to the run. I tell you what, a lot of teams.
Again, if you catch this and you're new, you stay locked in on one player on defense.
Little success. So this offense
Oh shit! And we just caused ourselves to get tripped.
You can tell.
And
our
they
eyes
are
in the backfield.
pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made.
Nice confidence by the QB. Good throw over the middle of the field. Nice little strike down the field for a big play. Listen, you got to throw it where it's open. And he found a slot, found a little hole in the middle of the field. Nice job attacking.
Complete to the
Thought he was going to sit right inside.
On his way, and they get him down at the 30. And the Eagles want to pick up the tempo. Off the play fake on 1st down, wants to throw.
Oh, look, switch guys.
Unloads to the wideout.
The hell?
How about getting the foot down
I don't even know where I was at.
Finally, this offense starting to show a little juice. They got a 1st and 10.
shut shit down now.
Using his legs.
Ooh,
It's Arnold.
good
They bring him
play
down,
by the
and he's
freshman
gonna
on
lose
that
a
one.
yard on that one. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11.
Senior pulling guard.
DB's
Chased
right
it
up
down.
on the receivers.
Outside
Going with
stretch.
the ground game left.
Great job.
He's
Another
dropped
freshman getting
behind
to
the
play
line of
today.
scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
Man, we're
We'll
excited
take
for
a
these
quick
guys
break
next
here.
year. They
2
are
minutes to
redshirting.
play in the first half.
And play him for like one more game after this one. I don't think it'll be next week. I think we'll save him for another game.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go
They're
on
definitely
3rd
playing today
down.
against the rivals.
Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Gets it out
Right.
fast. And he's not going
We had an
to make
opportunity
it.
to get
The
3
defense
earlier. We
denying
passed it
him
up.
the first down.
Went for it on 4th down.
You gotta
Came
love
a
that.
half
On
a yard
defense,
short
one of the most
at the
critical
1 yard line.
statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive?
Yeah, it's been
right
that
there,
type of game.
tackling the catch. You gave up the completion. What do you do? You set up 4th and long. You're going to get the ball
Nailed
back. Go get some water and celebrate.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Terrific showdown this week, guys. Let's take a look at what's going on. Alabama is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe the Tide can't roll back into this one. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Oklahoma.
I seen that right tackle losing. I should have
Just
stepped up
another
earlier.
week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Feeling some heat.
I was waiting for Square
Referee
to come
signals
across.
timeout as the
It was
defense
supposed to
wanting
be
make sure that they
open
have
based on what I was
everything
seeing.
just right with a big play
He
coming.
just got jammed. The fuck
Man, how
up.
about this defense, man? That's the 3rd sack of the day. They've been putting pressure, getting him on the ground. Not something they've been good at throughout this season. This defense playing better because they're getting more pressure on the quarterback.
Looking for space. It's Brock.
Damn.
And this one will be stopped for no gain. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Georgia State will send out the punt unit. Sometimes avoiding disaster is the best thing. The punter just gets it out of there.
Try to kill him.
And the coverage team able
All right.
to wrestle him down.
Try to get out of here and only be down by 3.
On 1st down,
Worst
here
scenario,
comes this
worst
offense.
case scenario, by 6.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Got it in the middle. It's Dorsey. How about those sweet twinkle toes-like moves as he gets to the 38? Looking at a 2nd and short now. The snap sets up the throw.
Ooh,
It's caught.
made the right
And
read.
he's brought
This guy
down after a nice
fucking
gain.
did.
And a really good job by the
Hell of a
quarterback,
ball, hell of a
being
catch.
very decisive. He saw his matchup, he went for it, he attacked it, got the positive gain. I would say he's going to find that guy a few more times today.
Dropped it.
Pass falls
They're going to go for the field goal
incomplete, and
here.
there are still 3 seconds left. And as the clock is winding
hell,
down
yeah.
here in the first half, they'll send out the
Try
field
to
goal team.
freeze them.
Defense going to call a timeout here and give the kicker a little something to think about. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. Absolutely
Right down the
And
middle.
the field goal to end the half takes us to halftime.
Before they go into that. Who got the ball first? I don't remember. All right, so team stats, it's pretty much dead set even. First down's pretty damn close. Both offenses been anemic. They've been better than ours. 3rd downs we've been a little bit more solid on, but pretty much this game's a wash so far. We need to, proud of what the defense is doing, but we need to do our jobs on offense. We haven't been able to pass block all game. We haven't been able to run block all game. There's been no lanes. This defense is garbage, so I'm not really sure what our problem is, but we can't seem to get it together. Now, this team is 4-2. They're undefeated in conference play. Like, they're playing good ball right now. But let's see if we can get it going. I'm going to take... well, shit, let me just run through it here. I'll pause it. Back to the halftime show. Old school
We played 2
slugfest.
quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Thanks so much, guys, and I need not tell you, rivalry games always bring out a ton of emotion, and no surprise,
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
saw
come
just
out
that in
running
the first half
the
today.
ball.
And the story of the half has been that elite corner.
Run.
We were told he was tough to throw against. He's basically taken away an entire side of the field when he's out there, causing turnovers and getting physical. How often do we say that about lockdown guys? And how this offense schemes against him in this second half will be fun to watch. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
And we got to really hope development in the offseason really hits for us, because this offensive line is really becoming an issue. And we're going to have some coaching points that we could put towards on the field performance. We put a little bit on the offensive line, 10 points already. We might fill out that first meter on them. I'm not sure. I was going to pocket it until we had 20 points to look at and then apply those. One thing is we need to do better catching for the receivers. Too many drops. We need to upgrade that, get that fixed. But the first and foremost, we can't get the ball down the field. We need some pass blocking. It's tough. So we're running down their throats, and hopefully that works out for us.
Ready to start things here in the second half. Georgia State about to kick it away.
That's tough. All right.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Murphy.
Ooh, we just
Stopped
took
at
his
the
soul.
17, and
God, I
he's
love that
probably
guy.
second-guessing that return.
Can't wait for him to play next
Georgia
year.
Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. They start this third quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about
I wish
shoring
I
up that
started this a
protection.
little bit.
Yeah,
I
the good
didn't
news
realize
is you're
next
leading on the
college football game was
scoreboard.
this
The bad
close.
news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job delivering the football, but if you keep hitting the quarterback enough, man, they'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The Eagles moving quickly to the line.
He's still seeing cover two.
Dropping back, it's French. Quickly out to the tight
Ooh, way
end.
to come up, make
And
tackle.
he's
Good
going to
job,
be
boys.
just short of the first down. It's going to bring up a decision for this coach. Georgia
We might
Southern
let
brings on the punt team.
Marshall transfer
They've
out.
been busy out
Same
there
thing
to
with
punt for the
Maxey
5th time today.
next year,
Yet
because
another punt on the way. Got to
telling
make
you
sure that
that, we gotta see
hamstring
if we
stays
can get
loose.
some
He's been busy.
more
That
depth
nifty
before we do
return
that.
sets up the offense and negates
But I prefer
some
not
of the
having
yardage on the
players
punt.
that
Georgia State takes
are
over,
starting
ready to
ball
send out the
stuck
offense.
on my team. And
The
I don't
sledding
play.
has been tough. Scores have been at a
There we go.
premium, Jesse, and every possession seems like it could switch the momentum of the game.
Yeah, Reese, for this offense, just feels like they just haven't been as physical. And for this offensive coordinator, David, he's having to go deep into the playbook just to try to generate a first down.
Well, and the good thing is there's not a ton of game
Could've
pressure
waited
because
for
the
him
other
to
side's
cook,
not
but-
scoring either. But if you can find that one thing get that one positive play, and then maybe you get those juices going and something can start to build.
Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. Power football with the run.
No one picked
They
him up.
bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
How about the defender being a heat-seeking missile? He was on radar lock. He found the football and flew down with some bad intentions.
They move the tight end all
I actually
over.
put Norden as our starting tight end.
They've softened them up with a run. Now to throw it. Caught over the middle. It's McBride. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover. Pick up the first.
Well, a nice completion there, finding the tight end. And what's so beautiful about that is while they didn't get the first, they were able to pick up enough yards now to make the third down manageable. Really putting this offense in a good position.
Ball at the 38. The defense will try to get a stop on 3rd and short.
There's our
Fires to the big
freshman
fella.
that we got red-shirted,
That'll
getting
be
his
enough for
first
the
action
first
of the
down
season.
as they mark it down at the 31-yard line. I was starting to think about what they would do if they didn't pick up the first down here, but I guess that's a moot point now.
Moot point for sure, and the head coach was probably telling them 4-down territory, we're going to kick a field goal, whatever the next decision was going to be, and now the OC's like, don't worry about it. New set of downs, nice execution by this offense.
That incompletion leads to 2nd down and 10.
They got press coverage.
Looking to throw it again. Blasted as he lets it go. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't.
They're killing us in the pass rush, so we're going to try to sneak into the screen.
Coming up here. They want to throw it. Going to try to pop one on the screen.
Just didn't quite get the block that we were looking for.
And not a whole lot of help. Short game.
Finally,
plenty of ground to
we've been almost to field goal so many different times.
And on 4th down, they'll try to put 3 on the board.
Nailed it.
Between the uprights, it's good.
3-6.
And 3 more on the board, and this kicker is starting to get a reputation starting off the season. Hasn't missed yet. Nice to have a guy that you can really depend on.
Coming out with it, it's Murphy. Gets it out to the 20, about 5 yards short of where he'd be
next week.
Just taking a knee in the end zone.
Our usual starters come back, play
ready
defense.
to go to work on offense. And in a low-scoring game like this one, David, every possession is magnified.
And I think more than anything, it just
we had a
gets
good decision by putting our end zones and starting
You
lineup.
got to see what this defense has been doing to be
We
so
do just plays
successful.
differently.
Palmer, now use it against him.
Yeah, David, I think for a play caller, this is tough, right? It's like
That's another thing this college game does so well.
just to get a first down.
You can take 2 different 79 overall players, and they will play distinctively different.
Maybe that generates an explosive play, and it breaks this trend.
Like, he's got nothing crazy special about his stats, but he just plays much better than his counterparts. Good job,
And
Marshall.
they wanted it all on 3rd down, but now dealing with
Tell you what,
4th down.
it's going to be hard to
Georgia
sit
Southern
him
brings
next
on
year.
the punt team.
I know we're excited about our freshman strong
kicks
safety.
today.
Marshall seems to always be around the ball since he's been getting playing time.
Slips through the line.
I'm going to try to sneak you like that.
This guy is a daring punt return man. He's not going to settle for the fair catch. A solid return.
All
Gets a
right,
little bit
offense
of
gets
ground
another
for the
opportunity.
offense.
Let's go.
Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
And it's just simple. Simple first down run, showing your
Play we
physicality,
scored on earlier
setting
and
your
try and
offense up in a
hit
good
him
spot.
again.
Here comes the option. He'll pitch it.
He's got our
And a
quarterback
nice,
killed.
solid pickup
Split
there
web
before
into
the
that shit.
defense wrestles him to the ground.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
They'll move
Slash,
the chains.
almost
Good
goes.
execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41.
And I just love when guys know exactly where the sticks are. You could tell, ran with purpose, finished through the sticks, and got just enough for the first down.
And a nice job up front,
Get
too,
him with
right? Good
full head of
communication.
steam.
Everybody knew where they had to go, hat on a hat, work the double teams, and get some push.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. The Panthers are flying down the field. They'll throw it on 1st down.
Oh, that's dot.
Looking for the end zone.
There we go.
Touchdown, Georgia State. And
We were just trying to
put 'em
get
up
rid of
in
the safety
second
on that
half.
play, but he decided to sit. And like, all right, well, we'll take the shot now.
And the extra point is good, and it's a 4-point
And
lead.
finally, we get a
So
touchdown
that
on the board
scoring
and take the
drive took
lead.
only 6 plays.
Only
And they
3 minutes to
finished
go
deal
until the
with a
4th quarter.
26-yard touchdown pass.
See if we can keep playing bully ball on defense.
He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm. And in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs, get some positive momentum.
Georgia Southern in a hurry.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season.
Weave through the traffic.
This offense just can't find a way to get it going. I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
He's going to
try Marshall again. Overthrown.
Points on the board on third down. Now they're staring at fourth down.
It's one of the best defensive performances all year. Right when we needed it. Again, that shows all these young guys got a lot of promise.
He's got it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. Jesse looking to take it down the field for back-to-back touchdowns.
I think it's really important for them moving forward, too, to have a lot of balance, right? You want to be able to keep this defense guessing, Pollard.
Yeah, and you got me searching for answers after that last drive. You stack another drive on top of this, their defense's heads are going to be spinning all over the place.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on first down, man, you are doing just that.
Number 4 is playing ball. Oh, shit. Oh. Down
there. He gets it back, so you can file that one under. Could have been worse.
You know, these running backs have to keep 5 points of pressure on the ball, especially against this defense that prides themselves on creating takeaways. And the offense, real lucky they jumped on that one.
Throws to the wide out.
Oh, my God, he dropped
really
that.
could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a
right in the
fourth down.
bread basket, man. Just fall down. That's what I tried to do.
And these guys have been busy. 6th punt of the day.
Yeah.
A fairly short distance here toward the sideline.
Every time we get reach midfield, man, right before field goal range, we fizzle out over and over and over.
Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. They've hit a bit of a lull here, and they need to get things cranked up with this possession, Jesse.
Just haven't had a rhythm these last couple of possessions, but I'll tell you, the best way to get back into one is to run the football. Establish yourselves up front at the line of scrimmage and help keep these third downs manageable.
Now, and the best news is your defense at least forced a punt of their own. So now you can go answer that good stop while this game
both these linebackers are playing very well with each other.
And let's see less of the punter.
They've both been on fire at different
Looking
points.
downfield, it's French. Now he's going to break the pocket. Going to try to get it himself. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Georgia Southern brings on the punt.
It's going to be hard to finish out this year without all the speed. You're being spoiled right now.
Makes a move. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. They'll go to the counter. Not a whole lot of room there.
He is hurting after that one. You know what? We also have this is our freshman that we redshirted too. We haven't seen it all this year. Might give him a couple third down snaps.
That's the end of the quarter. Georgia State has the lead here. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings.
It's been a hard-hitting rivalry game.
Second down here as they go back to work after the break. From the shotgun, the inside give. Carrying the ball with attitude down to the...
Even he's banged up. Jesus.
And a nice job by the running back finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Rumor has it we have the most white running backs in
scoring threat here as they
college
pick
football.
up the first down at the 36. And the Panthers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll give it to him again. All the way down to the 25-yard line, they move the sticks.
It's been the best running we've seen already.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The give on the inside. Brought down after picking up 3 down to the 22.
At this point of the game, the offense has the lead, and the offensive coordinator knows they want to keep running the football. So he's going back, he's looking at his playlist, and he's saying, which runs work the best for me in this game? What can I lean on right here to make sure we win this one?
That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down. He tried to get it on his own. And now on 4th down, they will put it on the shoulders of the kicker to save them with this foot.
And he knocks another one through. And how about this kicker? Good way to start off your season, right? Like, what do you have at the spot? Sometimes you don't know. Can he make those kicks? Starting off, hasn't missed one yet. Been very dependable for this squad.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked.
Oh,
no
shit,
rhythm
bad
off
angle.
the field really quickly. They need to put something together.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive. So they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit for this one.
Back to throw, it's French. And the running back made the
out of
catch along the
bounds.
sidelines, but he drifted out of bounds. It'll be incomplete. And the Eagles in the hurry-up.
They're trying to get it to the running back. It's a really nice effort by
Take
him
out the
to try to
pulling
make
guards,
the catch.
couldn't
Just
help.
couldn't get a foot down in bounds. Incomplete.
Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Steps away.
Oof.
He'll try to do it himself. And they're able to get a 3rd down
so hard not
stop here. See if they go for it on 4th. Georgia Southern brings on the punt team. Hauls it in and looking upfield. Was looking for more running room, but found nothing but more tacklers. He's down at the 24. Georgia State takes over, ready to send out the offense. And they've got a little bit of a cushion here, David. If they can add to it on this drive, it would be nice.
And it definitely makes a little bit of a difference. Knowing I'm up by more than a field goal, obviously, Jesse, my mindset switches, and I know I can't make mistakes.
Yeah, and David, I don't think they have to reinvent the wheel on offense here. What they've been calling has been working. Just get back to doing what you're good at.
Oh, my God. Every time you have a lane, bro.
And he's tackled, but there's also a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. They say you could call holding on every play.
25-yard
on that one.
switch there.
Offense set
Instead
on
of being at the
1st
50,
down.
25. Sweet.
Out of the gun, looking to throw.
Ooh, dot. There we go.
Snagged in the middle. It's Hurst. And they swarm him under.
This offense is not letting up, guys. They've got a lead here late, and they are still taking shots. They're still looking for explosive plays. This defense just has not had an answer here all game long.
Ooh, got it out. He's got an outside angle.
Still on his feet at the 45. Afterburners coming.
Damn it, he got him.
A tremendous run. He was
White guy got caught.
4 after taking that pitch. Just sweet execution.
Well, the defense didn't blitz. They didn't have everybody
Nice
in
hard
gaps,
run there,
and
sir.
the offensive line took advantage at the point of attack, getting some push, opening up a hole, and the offense ripping off a nice run there.
Trying to get to the outside. Won't get it.
That one did not go well. Tackled in the backfield for a loss of 6.
Go ahead and give
How
Red
about
the rest of this drive.
understanding football,
Well.
understanding that I got to keep outside contained. I'm responsible for the quarterback. Good job playing his responsibility. And how about getting that sucker on the ground? He's a pretty good athlete. be able to corral him, tackle him right in the middle of the field, and get him to the ground.
I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next. Fires toward the end zone. And he wanted to get the score right there, but it falls
All right, well, now we
incomplete.
just put this game
So
out.
here we are on 4th down, and this field goal kicker is going to face all
Oh
the
my God,
pressure
we
in the
hooked it.
world. And the try
Boy,
is
hooked
no
it.
good. And the
Pushed it.
margin is still 7 after the miss, guys.
I should say. All right, just kidding. It is not out of reach.
Georgia Southern has it back, ready to go to work on offense. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
They go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Georgia Southern in a hurry.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, but whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them.
Oh, we
nothing really
right
going on
there
the
where we
ground.
needed to be.
Yeah,
Right.
defensively, though, you
That's
got to
good.
give them credit, too, because they knew that physically they were going to try to be challenged up front. That was a big MO for this offense coming into it. But the defense, they've risen to the occasion. Their front 7 has dominated this entire game.
They've made 3rd down offense a key. It'll be tested on 3rd and long from the 28. He's looking downfield to throw.
Locked up.
He's taking the shot.
Marshall with the coverage. He can't hold on. Hell yeah, let's go.
Oh, he had an
Wow, they
explosive
are
play right there for the taking.
going to
but
punt it
couldn't
and
reel
trust
it
their
in.
defense to stop
Georgia
us.
Southern brings on the punt team.
4.5 minutes to go. It's probably a smart play.
No fair catches here, looking for room. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Guys, the Georgia State offense returns to the field. Looking for a productive play on 1st down.
Brock's been pretty banged up. To be honest, these
They'll rip off 8
two
on that
backup
play.
backs have
2nd
been
and
playing.
2.
Well, the offense has the lead, and we call this 4-minute offense. This is a situation that teams around the country practice, having the lead late in the game and needing
true
to ice
freshman
it by
two-star
running the
that's been
football and throwing high percentage
redshirted.
passes.
8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short.
Oh, shit.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
All right, so I know the defense is going to be aggressive, right? They got their stop. They forced a 3rd down. How aggressive does the offense want to be in response? Because if I throw the football, get a 1st down, I can run this clock almost out.
Oh, my goodness.
This defense has to make a choice.
Oh, my goodness.
Running toward the tape. And he almost ran away from everybody on that one. A huge pickup on that play. Georgia State ready to go with
This will
another
take us to
1st
the
and
2-minute
10.
warning.
They'll run it to keep the clock moving. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Yeah, it's make or break time for this defense now. They got to get a stop, and if that's bringing more bodies in, bringing more beef in, they're running the football right up the gut, right at you. They're not going to throw the football in this situation. Time to be more physical and
Take
get
us
this
to the
big
2-minute
stop.
warning.
We've reached the 2-minute warning in this offense, trying to milk this clock and keep time on their side. No reason to do anything here except keep it on the ground on 2nd and 5. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole.
Kind of keep
And
it
they
up
try the
under
middle of this stout defense, and they rise to the challenge. Quick time by the defense, stopping the clock
Archaeology,
to
somebody?
save as much time as possible for their
Lord, yeah.
offense. Got it, looking for a 1st. Good tackle there to stop him short of the 1st down. It'll bring up a big decision. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot.
Oh, it pushed
The
again.
field goal is no good.
It
And the
pushed
margin
again.
remains at
He's been
7
so
after the
accurate
miss.
all year.
And after missing that field goal, this is still
Oh,
a
my
one-possession
goodness.
game, guys.
Georgia Southern has it back, and here comes the offense again. These are the games. These are the moments. This is the opportunity for the finish that people remember in rivalries like this.
And those highlights that are shown for years and years to come.
That's tough.
These big-time moments, Palmer, coming down to the wire, who steps up and makes the big-time moves.
And this is why you lift the weights in the offseason. This is why you do
Playing
all
bend
the
but don't break.
gases and all the sprints for moments like this. Game on the line in one of the biggest games of the year.
Oof, got us blocked quickly.
Looks it in, it's complete. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Looking to move it through the air. And the pressure will
Took
get
off our
there.
blitz,
The
got back
sack.
coverage.
Down he goes in the waning moments. That could be a costly play. He'll spike the ball to try to save every precious second he can. This is a 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's French.
Oh, shit.
Buys a little time. Gets down at the last possible second to
4th
avoid
down
getting
long.
ripped up. Trailing by
could
a
be it.
touchdown, getting late in the 4th, and this is a huge, perhaps a defining moment in this game. Desperate to convert, and he'll throw it.
Oh, wow, he does.
He's got it, and they convert. The offense
They call
will
the
use
last
the
timeout.
timeout with 25
Oh,
seconds
my
left.
goodness, this is really
Most
coming down the wire.
important part of a clutch drive. Piece together some first down. Get in position, and here they are on 1st and 10. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. He'll throw it.
Uh-oh. Oh, Walker with the great
And
read.
I thought he had it, but somehow it slithered
Deuce
through his
almost
fingers.
was loose.
After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw.
Oof.
And that's
Smart
just
when
a
he gets
flat
a little.
misfire, not even close to his receiver. They were on the move, but 2 straight incompletions had them staring at 3rd and 10. From the gun, wants to pass. A shot toward the end zone.
Oh, he picked it.
Lofted to the
That's
sideline,
gonna end
and
it.
it's picked off.
Spain
And
locked
he's
it
brought
up.
down, and his defense
Let's
gets the ball
go.
back for its own. Running out the clock, a mere formality between
All right,
them
had to
and
be
a
another
victory as
cardiac.
we have victory formation coming.
Cardiac game.
There's a long and storied history of great games between these two rivals, and this chapter adds another to that
Held
legacy.
on
Really
13-6.
impressed by the poise. By
After
the
giving up
Wings
35
as well.
points to them
They
last
weren't
year,
overhyped
gave
in
up
this
only
game. They came out,
6
they looked
this year.
prepared. They were calm, definitely confident. David, they were able to go out and execute well.
This time French
Get
didn't
this
carve us up.
And it's hard in these rivalry games with all the emotions running
The
so
running
deep.
game didn't
Like
do jack big
you
play.
sometimes get overzealous. Sometimes you get too many
Ours
penalties.
wasn't doing
It's
that
hard to
either,
rein in
too.
your emotions, but they did.
Shea
They kept it in
and
check.
Lucian.
Now, bragging rights.
Power of Cobb.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, Dave Pollock, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
We're going to see more Cobb. For sure. He's got to get more playing time, too. Great job, Spain, closing that game out. We are now 4-3 and have met the mark we have met last year with 4 wins. We have plenty of games to go. Got 5 games left. Took me a second. All right, Coast Carolina's a trap game from hell. I think we lost against them last year too to close out the season. But super happy where this team's going, and it's only going to get better. Now, unfortunately, this week we are not playing the freshmen that we've been able to play these last couple weeks. So we'll see if our defense is still that good. McGee continues to be our leading receiver, which is wild. Those freshmen have been playing so well. Spain and Walker are going to be a lockdown duo for the next couple years, as long as no one fucking transfers. Let's see what we can get real quick. We're just going to max our offensive line out and get all the help they can get. All right, well, we will get back to this next, maybe tomorrow. For sure, we're going to try to rush through this because, again, we're racing against the clock for the next college football game to come out. I do want to finish Georgia State's story. I think we have some interesting stuff coming up, so I'm just hoping to get through this as fast as I can. Thanks, everyone, coming out. GG's, and I will see you on the next.